Hello my reader friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Danny and this week I was thinking about doing a week of reading with me, and it is March break. I have the week off, so hopefully I can get lots of reading in while spending some time with the kids. But they are 13 and almost 16, so they pretty much only want to see me when they're hungry or need something. So this week, what I'm going to be reading are the 3 books that I'm supposed to be reading for my 3 book clubs this month. And they are In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead, Stephen King Fairy Tale, and Natalie Tan's Book of Luck and Fortune by Rosalie Lim. So I'm gonna hold out down here in my office/gym until I can hear the kids wake up. It is 10:18 and they are still sleeping. They're teenagers. And so I'm gonna enjoy this quiet time, and I will probably check in again when I am about 100 pages in. So I decided to start In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead first. This time when they see her, it will be perfect because she is perfect, not the girl she was when she left campus, back when Heather Shelby's murder fractured everything, including the tight bond linking the 6 friends Jessica had been closest to since freshman year. But there's more at stake here than the delicious envy of Jessica's peers. Not everyone is ready to move on. Not everyone can let Heather's murder go unsolved. In fact, someone has orchestrated the whole weekend to trap the real killer. As the weekend unfolds and they get closer to the truth, the group discovers there are more than murders hidden amongst them on campus. Told in a racing dual timeline with a dark college setting and darker look at friendships, love, obsession, and ambition. In My Dreams I Hold a Knife is an addictive, propulsive millennial thriller you won't be able to put down. All right, so let's get started. Hi, it's a little while later and I'm on page 100. And the beginning of the book, I don't know if it's because I just finished another book and maybe just picked this one up, that I just found it a little bit hard to get into, but once I got into it was good. And without spoilers, I just want to say what was on the back of the book was that there's Jessica, and she's pretty insecure, and it goes through why she has these insecurities, and it flips back and forth from in the past to present day, and it kind of explains how this group of friends became friends and what they went through in college. And now I'm at the part where I believe we found out who is orchestrating this weekend and why. So it's getting really good. Okay, talk to you soon. Hello my friends. It's a couple days later and I finished In My Dreams I Hold a Knife last night, probably around 7 o'clock. I sat down and finished this, and this book, what a freaking roller coaster, guys. Like, I had like, not anxiety, but it was like, it worried me. It worried me, this book, and it's so good. I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. And here's my thing. If I give it a 4-star, that means I totally recommend it to somebody else. But if I give it a 5-star, it means that I'm gonna read it again. And but I don't think I'd read this one again. It's good. Like if someone said, "Hey, let's read it together," I probably would. But it was just so good. It goes back and forth from the future to the past, and each person in this book is flawed. They're all flawed. And by the end of it, you just want to know who the murderer was. And I'm glad that I read it on my Kindle, because if I had the book, I think I would have spoiled it for myself, and I think I would have flipped to the back just to see who, because that's how suspenseful it was. It was so good. So yeah, it was just like, what a freaking roller coaster. I'm just still in awe of it. This was for a book club for my 2 best friends and me. And one finished it before me and she was like, oh my God, oh my God. And I was like, okay, that's it. And I like put everything down. I'm gonna finish it last night, and I finished it up. And then my other friend hasn't even started it yet. So I was like, oh, dear Lord, you need to pick this up. It's insane. It's like crazy. I couldn't guess who did it. I didn't guess at all. So it was really good. Okay, so that was that. So 4.5 stars, highly recommended if you haven't read it. So good. And then after that, I was like, oh, I don't think I can pick up another book right away. You know when you finish a book and your brain's still in that last book? That's how I thought I was gonna be. And so I was like, I like to read right before bed. My boys usually pile into bed with me and we read for like an hour and then they go off and go get ready for bed and that's it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick this up. Look at guys. This is the comfort read I needed after this. So this is like comfort. It even has recipes in it. So she's cooking and so what I've read up to as of now. Sorry, my dryer is finished. So this is what I've read up to so far. So the main character, her mother has passed. She hasn't spoken to her mother in like years, and she goes back home to do the funeral arrangements for her mother. And she finds out that she's inherited her grandmother's restaurant, and there's a local fortune teller that tells her that she needs to help 3 people in her community so that her business, if she decides to open her mother's restaurant or grandmother's restaurant, will be successful if she helps 3 people in the community. And it's just such a feel-good book. It's, like I said, it's a total comfort read, and I really needed it after this. And I honestly was like, last night, I think it was almost 11 o'clock, and I'm like, I don't want to put it down, but my eyes are tired. It was time to go to sleep. So I think I'm gonna finish this today, but I will check back in soon. Okay, so I finished Natalie Tan's Book of Luck and Fortune by Roselle Lim, and first half of the book, I devoured it. It was like in one night. It was such a feel-good book. It flowed very well. It kept you gripping. It kept you wanting to read. I think it was like 11 o'clock at night and I was like, okay, I should really go to bed, but I wanted to keep reading it. And then, I don't know why, it kind of went downhill for me. I just felt like it just wasn't as gripping, and I just kept, like, there's parts I skimmed over. I was like, yeah, okay, all right. And, you know, it did have to have, like, it was halfway through the book when, like, the big conflict happened, whatever, and I don't know. It didn't do it for me. So I finished it, 3.5. It was a good book, a good comfort read. If you want something like that, give it a try. So then I'm picking up Stephen King's Fairy Tale. I have never read a Stephen King before. I am very nervous to pick this up, and I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it and if I really do want to read it or not. It's kind of bad when you like want to DNF a book even before you started it, but I'm gonna give it a chance. So let's get started.
I made an old man. I said, tell me your story. He took out an old pen and wrote something for me. Then he kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke.
I am outside. Ooh, I've got reflection in my glasses. I'm outside my son's volleyball, so I am going to try to finish Fairy Tale. Hope I can finish it tonight. All right, let's go.
And I thought I'd just seen a ghost. Then I looked down at what he wrote. It said, son, when you grow up you'll
I am almost finished the book, but I think I probably have about 50 pages left. So I put it on Audible. I gotta go run some errands, go see my parents. So hopefully I'm finishing it today. Hey guys, Danny from the future. I finished Stephen King, The Fairy Tale. This book was like 2 books in one. And comment below if you feel the same way if you've read this book. I've actually met with my book club. I'm in the future. And I met with my book club and we talked about this and everyone kind of felt the same. The first part of the book, it built up the characters, it wouldn't be the world, but like built up about this character, his family, what he's gone through, why he does what he does. The second half of the book, there's all world building and it's almost like you've gotten into this book and then all of a sudden it's like you're throwing on the brakes and you have to learn about the world all over again. So that was interesting. The characters were great. Some of it, because it's Stephen King, some of it was like, what? But, it was a good book. I would say 3.5, just because halfway through the book, I just felt like I was reading a completely different book. It just, halfway through the book, it just stopped being the same book and started to be a different book. So that's why I'm saying 3.5. So that's it. I have finished my 3 books for my book club. I really like doing book clubs. Each book club is completely different and it gets me out of my reading comfort zone. So I probably wouldn't have picked this up. I probably wouldn't have picked up Natalie Tan's book if it wasn't for the book club. And so they were good. They were good books. They got me out of what I usually read and opened my eyes a little bit more. Okay, thanks guys for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.